If Sumner can do it, if Sabrina can do it, if 600 plus other Leah members can do it, why not you? And so much of our success in this business really just comes down to what happens in between here. Do we believe that we can do it or do we not? Because if we really believe that we could do it, and even if it was difficult, which it will be, we wouldn't give up. Because if we believe that it was a certainty, it was guaranteed that we would get to where we want to go in a matter of time, we don't know how long, but it's certain, well, you'd never give up and you'd keep on showing up every day. The trouble is there is a graveyard of land investors that have given up. And they didn't give up because it was hard. Recessions, hard times, that doesn't break people. Strong people will calibrate and adapt. What breaks people are those hard moments, but when paired with a bad mindset, the recession hits, the market gets harder, the game changes, and then that mindset is exposed. And that's why I would argue as a percentage, more people leave this business than stick around. If 100 people start land investing in a year, I would argue that 70 of them are gone by the end of the year. And that's because most people have never worked on this mindset. They hold the wrong beliefs. But Sabrina was different. So she joined Leah and she started learning the system. Now, this was not an easy bet. At the time, this was a huge investment for her. She truly put her neck on the line to make this happen. And there's something magical that happens when you move from being a YouTube student to a real student. You know, they say that you have to pay attention. And I believe on some level, there's a lot of truth to that. And that's why the most serious land investors end up in a community like Leah or something of the sort. But here's the thing, this did not happen overnight. Far from it. And the cool thing is, I was just with Sabrina in person here at our Bali Mastermind. She's just surpassed her 1-year mark in the business, and the miracle is she did not quit. And frankly, that is the hardest hump to get past, the first year. But as you'll see as we get deeper into the story, there have been moments along the way where she seriously considered throwing in the towel. I'm done. This is too hard. So while she's made it through the other side, don't think for a moment that she didn't also wrestle with those doubts. And to prove that out, here's a recent post inside of Leah 2.0. Sabrina says, yesterday I locked up 2 new deals in Maine from the same seller. Feeling super grateful about the momentum I'm gaining as I'm coming into my 1-year mark in the business, and I'm happy I didn't quit 6 months ago. You know, when we were talking here together in March, that was a real conversation. Like there was a moment in her journey where she was, hey, I'm done. Because at that 6-month mark, this is usually what it looks like. You've invested in education, you've invested in tools, you've invested into marketing. All you've been doing is pouring resources and time into this business. And at the 6-month mark, for 90% of land investors, you haven't seen any return. And that's just the honest to God's truth. That's just how the game works, right? It requires you to pay the price up front in terms of resources and in terms of time and in terms of energy. And it very rarely gives you any gifts. Sometimes you'll get a lucky handout, but boy, is that an edge case within a 6-month time frame. And it's almost like this is the price of admission. It's almost like the land investing gods are testing your fortitude to see, are you really made for this? Because if you can't wait 6 months, well, you're probably not made for this game. And you probably don't deserve the fruits that will eventually come. And here's the crazy thing. 19 days later after posting this, she collected a $40,000 wire.